You tell yourself YouTube doesn't count. When you try to cut back on social media, this particular site gets a free pass because you've convinced yourself it's educational. But track your actual watch history and the math paints a different picture. Half the time you spend on the platform is purely unproductive filler, and the other half is a very specific kind of trap. You click on a 3-hour podcast clip or a self-development guide, and your brain immediately registers a sense of accomplishment. You feel like you're putting in the work, but you're really just passively watching a screen. You finish the video, close the tab, and proceed to take exactly zero action. You come out of the experience the exact same person, doing the exact same things, which means that time was entirely wasted. This diagram shows the math of an average human lifespan. Subtract the mandatory hours for sleeping, eating, working, hygiene, and chores, leaving a tiny sliver of free time. For young people today, 93% of that remaining sliver will be spent staring into a screen. Hearing a statistic like that usually triggers a panic response, where you try to delete the app and quit cold turkey. But extreme abstinence rarely sticks because it demands perfection. It also ignores reality. Sometimes you genuinely need to know how to pressure wash a driveway, fix a leaky sink, or tie a tie, and you cannot easily pull those instructions from a textbook. The goal isn't to burn the library down. The goal is building a system that cripples the algorithmic casino designed to hijack your attention, while preserving your ability to search for the specific information you actually need. The process starts by opening your homepage, taking your hand off the mouse, and staring directly at your recommendations for 10 full seconds without clicking anything. Look closely at what the machine is trying to feed you. Accept that absolutely none of the podcast clips or commentary videos on that screen will change a single thing about your life. Once you break that spell, you need to rely on friction engineering for your desktop. Depending on willpower alone guarantees failure. Browser extensions like Untrap alter the interface. Killing Infinite Scroll places a hard cap of 20 video choices. If you don't like those, the session ends. Next, strip away the metadata. Disable video titles, hide view counts, and remove the comment section. Finally, force the site into grayscale. This kills the dopamine hit, turning a stimulating slot machine into a bland, utilitarian search tool. Your phone requires a completely different approach. Mobile usage is driven by physical muscle memory, that unconscious flick of the thumb, so the intervention has to physically interrupt you. Apps like ScreenZen tackle this by installing a mandatory pause. Every single time you tap the app icon, you are forced to sit through a 30-second unskippable delay before the interface loads. While you sit there waiting, you are staring at a countdown paired with a custom text prompt. You write a deeply insulting message to yourself, designed to actively shame your lack of self-control while you wait. But the most potent trap on mobile is short-form video. The production quality of shorts has genuinely improved, making it incredibly easy. The blocking app acts as a secondary firewall. Even if you endure the insult and wait out the main timer to unlock the app, attempting to open a short triggers an entirely separate lockdown warning. By deliberately layering these technological roadblocks and insults, you engineer a system where the process of opening the app simply becomes too obnoxious and emotionally exhausting to do out of sheer boredom. Successfully sabotaging the algorithm introduces an entirely new problem. Once the endless feed is gone, you are left with a deeply uncomfortable realization of exactly how many empty hours you have in your day. The immediate, desperate reflex is to find a substitute. You will want to fill that terrifying void by simply migrating your scrolling habit to a different platform. You have to forcibly redirect that energy into the physical world. Read a book, repair something around the house, go outside, or show up to a local event. The ultimate counter to mindless consumption is creative output. You could even use all those newly reclaimed hours to write, record, and upload your own videos. Shattering the illusion of the educational feed is the only proven way to rescue that 93% of your free time from a screen. And if you have any leftover time after that, you can always donate a subscription to fund the next video.